Greetings, trainers, and welcome to the Lavender Gym. Today's battle, our top 10 picks for Mega Evolutions to come.
Yeah, so what with the announcement of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, after all, a lot of people are speculating new Mega Evolutions. There's a great concept in X and Y, but some feel that it wasn't completely realized. I'm Raptor.
Tryaz.
And for some reason, I'm the Barkeep.
Oh, come on. Our screen names stay the same across the series.
I changed mine.
But that was a one-time thing.
True.
Yeah, I'm here joining these guys. I'm back from Los Angeles and actually going to get into a Pokemon podcast for once. And I will have to let our audience know of my handicap once again. I played the hell out of Gen 1, played a little bit of Gen 2, recently got a hold of X and been working on that. But
you also played through White, didn't you?
Yeah, I did on an emulator and all that. So I'm a little out of the loop, but I'm here to contribute something. So
yeah, it's kind of like an outside perspective. Plus, we like having you around. We like talking about Power Rangers and Pokemon with you.
Well, that makes me feel so good, you guys.
Alright, so we're going to work from the bottom up. So number 10 on the list, Torkoal. The Fire Tortoise Pokemon with the ability White Smoke, which neutralizes all stat abilities. Now, this could go either direction, because White Smoke is exactly like the Clear Body ability, so no Intimidates can get off, and you basically don't have to worry about the changing your stats to your basic Pokemon.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it also shuts out boosters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, even Clear Body shuts out boosters, so there is that downside.
And so this Pokemon's already pretty bulky to begin with. It's got a sky-high defense stat, but other than that, there really wasn't much to it. And Mega Evolutions are a chance to make up for a Pokemon's shortcomings. Perfect example, Mega Mawile.
Mm-hmm.
Middle-of-the-road Pokemon, got a new type, and a pretty powerful Mega. So
I like it because it's a turtle that shoots fire. I'm sorry, guys. I just caught this one in the game recently, and then I already got Talonflame, and I'm going to see if I can work this guy in, because I love turtles, Ninja Turtles fan, whatnot and stuff. So, but I'll tell you this. I don't like Pokemon that don't evolve. I know there's people out there that like them, but I just like the idea that it has multiple evolutions to them. Not like in fact of Eevee, but like 1, 2, 3, like all the starters and all that. So, I agree with you guys on this pick simply because I want to see it be something else than what it is, basically.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. All right, well, anyways, moving on to number 9. The first Common of the Pokemon franchise, Raticate.
Ah, Joey.
Yes. So, yeah, funny thing about Joey, he keeps telling you about his Rattata even after it evolves into Eradicate.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, going off of the idea that Megas are a great way to make up for Pokemon's shortcomings, other than being incredibly annoying with Hyper Fang and Super Fang, there really isn't much to Raticate and Rattata.
Not really. There's some competitive use to it, mostly in singles though. You don't really see a bunch of it in doubles or VGC standard like that. So giving it the option to have that alternate would be nice. Maybe
add new typing to it.
That ground would probably be the one that would go with it. Like it could be like a burrowing thing or
poison. Because think about it, rats are associated with plague and pollution.
You're thinking there.
You're creative.
I think Raptor took the point that I was going to go ahead and make is I do notice with a lot of these Mega Evolutions, they'll give them a secondary type to them, like they did with Mewtwo, gave them Psychic Fighting in the X version, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, so even going back to Torkoal and all that, he's just plain fire, right?
Correct.
You can make him fire, ground, fire,
something
rock
like that,
would actually probably make more sense. And the same, I think, would be for Raticate, give him something else. Because, now correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but normal is just like generic across the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's good for blocking ghosts, but yeah. Other than that.
So, give something normal ground, normal poison, whatever, and all that. So
Wigglytuff is normal fairy.
Yeah, plus poison.
With the retcon, I guess, yeah.
Poison's really useful now in this age of rampant fairies.
Yeah, even though not many poison types are ran, excluding Amoonguss and Venusaur, Poison has still become a move that people put on, like Poison Jab. You've seen it on Garchomps and Blazikens and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, Barkeep, why don't you give us the next one on the list?
All right, if I can pronounce this right. The next one we have is Emolga.
The electric flying type, or the Pikachu of 5th generation.
Or just like the Rocky Pikachu. Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't I catch that?
Emolga's been a bit of a... It's been a bit of a scrappy throughout the years because, yeah, it and Pachirisu catch some hate for being just another Pikachu. And they don't even play with a new concept like Pichu and Plusle and Minun did.
No.
And then it got really got a lot of hate in X and Y because of its Nuzzle attack.
Yeah, Nuzzle is very vicious. Although the Dene has a better effect with Nuzzle than even Pikachu, honestly.
But yeah, playing through, running into them, major pain in the ass.
Major pain.
What I'm starting to realize a lot more that I didn't realize when I originally played the games is about the dual typing and how advantageous that is. And I mean, I still love Pikachu. I have a Pikachu in my party. I've since replaced him with Xerneas since I got Xerneas now. But I would look at this Pokemon as being the advantage because of the flying type and what you get out of that. So I would definitely like to see, something like a bigger, badder version of it. Because, some Pokemon are still cute when you evolve them and all that. I'd like to see some sort of badass, like, dragon wing monster or something out of this. That I don't know, that just like something really cute, the Megastone and roar.
Well, it's a flying squirrel, so we're gonna get a squirrel. So
well, still, but you can have
or you
that.
can make it some kind of crazy ass electric flying bat.
Close enough. I mean, just
Mega Evolutions don't get that crazy, guys.
Well, they could once we get going.
I don't know. Mega Ampharos got pretty crazy with its design alteration.
Its hair became fabulous.
Okay, so
moving on, number 6 on the list, Machamp. Machamp is virtually good all around. I've seen competitive builds where he's actually been used as a support. Yes, a support. You typically think of Machamp being your hard hitter on your team, but you'd be surprised with wide guard and stuff there. I don't know. As far as design go, I'd like to see another pair of arms, 6 arms on there.
Yeah, make him Ganesh.
Exactly. As far as typing goes, they'll probably keep the typing, but it'd be just like Blaziken, just boost him another 100 base, so that way he becomes the pseudo-legendary base stat as we've come to know in pretty much every Mega Evolution.
Is he pure fighting?
Yes.
Okay.
Fighting is, so there could be another type ad, but...
Well, what would it be?
Yeah, what would it be?
Because fighting is like the only thing that fits him. You can't give him normal.
Well,
so.
here's a...
What about Dark?
Yeah, they did that with Gyarados.
Alright, well, here's one for you. Fire. You could base it off of I believe it's a Hindu entity, but I'm not sure. It's called Azura.
Isn't that what they did with Mega Alakazam, though?
No, Azura is like a 4-armed flame demon. So, that's a possibility.
Well, as far as the religious things go, that would be a possibility, yeah.
But somebody at this table had once told me there are too many fighting fire combos out there.
And all three of those are starters.
I didn't even consider that. Please, forget I ever said that. The Pokemon world does not need any more firefighting.
I didn't mean to call you out, but that is something I distinctly remember you telling me.
I mean, the whole fan was raging if Fennekin became a firefighting, but it finally became the fire psychic we all love.
Exactly, and then again, Chet, and then we liked Chestnut because it was not fire.
Yep. So, I don't know. I mean, keep the typing, but definitely a boost from a champ would be nice to see.
Yeah. Alright, so next on the list, we have Yanmega.
Yanmega.
Yeah, which I'm sure fans will have a field day with that name. Probably a lot of Exhibit Yo Dog memes.
I can see that. My only concern with that would be they'd have to do it like Blaziken, where the Mega Evolution would have to be Speed Boost as well, because even though the hidden ability is Speed Boost on regular Blaziken, once it Megas, it gets Speed Boost automatically.
It's the more popular one.
Exactly. So they'd have to keep that there because there's a lot of strategies and a lot of builds that revolve around Yanmega getting that Speed Boost and being able to outspeed every threat out there.
Plus, in theory, Mega Evolutions are supposed to improve a Pokemon.
Exactly. And as far as typing, Raptor and I discussed this. Bug Dragon, anybody?
Yeah, exactly. I know we've got our good share of Mega Dragons already, but you know what? This thing was begging for the Dragon typing when it evolved, but then, no, you keep your Flying subtype and your 4X Rock weakness.
Yep.
It is kind of odd that this is the Dragonfly one, right?
Yes.
Correct.
It is kind of odd that you have one that's based off a Dragonfly that is not a dragon. But then again, wasn't that what Charizard was for how many generations?
Until Charizard X came out, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I would love for it to look like Mega Gearus from Godzilla. That's why I always name mine in the games.
That'd be cool.
All right. The next one on this list is Metagross.
Metagross.
Metagross, okay.
Metagross, the supercomputer of the Pokemon world. It is totally combined of 4 Pokemon. It takes 4 Beldums to build this thing. Yes, as far as the theory and the lore of Pokemon goes.
Yeah, 1,212 pounds of
Pure badass.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a supercomputer. There's a reason I nicknamed mine Deep Blue. If anybody gets those high five right now. I'd love to see the Mega Evolution. I mean, it'd take away from like the Assault Vest strategies that we see nowadays in VGC competitive that, well, before VGC became standard and we had those rules, that was a typical set that was run. Even in Smogon forms, that's what people have been running it. But it would definitely be nice to see it improve on its own stats as well. Maybe a little more attack, maybe some more bulky defense, because it does lack in that department as far as special defense goes. But other than that, it's rather bulky.
And basically, a lot of pseudo legends have been getting megas, and it's the game it was introduced in is getting a remake. So I think it's the perfect time to give this thing a boost to make it even more nightmarish.
Agreed.
Yeah, I actually have not ran across this particular Pokemon in all of my games. Is that normal or whatever and stuff? But it looks intimidating. Steel Psychic.
It's been a mainstay of the competitive battling circuit since it was introduced.
Yeah, if it's in the Pokedex, people are going to be using it.
Yeah, if you buy Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire when it comes out, you'll fight one because of the champion.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be hating yourself.
Well, I'll have to learn more about it before I can give a more informed opinion on this. But I can see where you guys can find that interesting. I mean, I'm partial to Psychic Pokemon until Generation 2 came along and introduced the Dark, so...
Yeah, they had to.
Because the first competition I ever went to, I was killing it with my Blastoise and Mewtwo.
Of course, you were killing it with Mewtwo. Mewtwo was incredibly broken.
There's a reason it's banned.
All right.
Moving on, number 3 on the list. The rest of the dragons.
Let's specify here. I think it's a very specific type of dragons. Are we talking pseudo legends here, or are you just saying dragons in general?
Well, I mean, we're not talking Kingdra or anything like that. Kingdra's already as broken as is. I'd like to see Dragonite to have a Mega Evolution, maybe Haxorus, Salamence, tossing up in the air, but definitely Dragonite. I'd like to see something done with that.
Mints definitely seems likely because, again, Ruby and Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I really would like to see Haxorus or Hydreigon because no friggin' Gen 5 Pokemon yet.
Hydreigon, that's touch and go there, honestly. I mean, it'd be nice to see Mega Evolution, but I already like it may have an X4 weakness to Fairy because Dark Dragon and Fighting also.
Well, I'm not wanting a type change.
No. I'm saying like those are what it's weak against. So modifying on some of its stats to help bulk it up to survive those. I mean, it's obviously not going to survive a Fairy move. Would be nice to see because that's the whole point of a Mega Evolution is to help bulk up the Pokemon.
And I definitely see what you guys are saying about dragons, because a lot of the dragon Pokemon in the games that I've noticed are pretty cool. And going back to Dragonite and Dragonair and Dratini and all that. Although, again, I was still surprised, because after all these years, I seriously thought the Gyarados was like part dragon and all that until his Mega Evolution.
In Gen 1, Water Dragon would have been so terribly broken.
Surviving ice, yeah.
But, dragons, I mean, that's a pretty cool type. I don't have one in my parties at the moment, but, Yeah, I mean, I'll go with you guys on that one.
Goodra Mega.
Oh, yeah.
That, for some reason, I've been watching some videos on competitive battle. That one just annoys me for some reason. I can't put my finger on it, but it just kind of annoys me.
Maybe it's the Church of Goomy.
People build it bulky and they stick Assault Vest on it, and Assault Vest multiplies your special defense by 1.5, so it allows it to be more bulky, and that's what people do. Also, people keep using gooey Goodras, please, because my Malamar loves to hit them.
And, lastly, one more thing on Hydreigon. I want it to turn gold if it gets a Mega. King Ghidorah, baby. All right, next in our number 2 spot, we have Raichu.
Now, in Koro Koro, it was, or let me rephrase that, not in Koro Koro. It was an April Fool's leak that looked like Koro Koro that was a Mega Evolution. That would have been something actually kind of cool, and a lot of people were like, holy shit. This is awesome. Pardon my French there, but I had to because that was literally what was being said on the forums.
Totally. But yes.
What I find odd is that Pikachu is still the face of the franchise, or at least the anime, correct?
No, it's the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't seen him in the games. But the point I'm getting to is, like, so the most popular and face of the franchise Pokemon out there gets one evolution, which I only remember seeing in one episode of the anime. And we don't really see
it got a baby, and
it gets its baby and all these little rip-offs and stuff like that. But it doesn't get like another evolution. You would think that maybe like a parallel evolution is what I think is what you call, like, instead of Raichu, you'd be like Eevee. Like,
isn't that what the Dene ended up to be?
Yeah. But my point is, like, how is it that this Pokemon never got anything beyond Raichu?
Well, it
kept going backwards.
It's gotten a lot of little treats over the years.
Yeah,
you got the Light Ball, which is an item exclusive to Pikachu, which beefs its stats, and it can also learn an exclusive move called Volt Tackle.
Has to be bred with a Pikachu or Raichu in order for it to get Pikachu or Raichu for it to get that. It's got the hidden ability Lightning Rod, which attracts all lightning moves to it and increases its special attack by +1, and that's always a huge bonus.
It almost makes me think that maybe the reason they haven't been doing it is they want to keep the cuteness factor to it. So turning Pikachu into some sort of virile mega evolution is probably not something.
Well, not all the mega
Nintendo
evolutions are scary, though. It's more like they just got a battle armor, is what it is, basically.
Yeah, but there's an intimidation factor to
Mega
it.
Ampharos isn't scary.
It's fabulous.
It's just beautiful.
It's fabulous. It's not beautiful. It's fabulous. I mean, you saw the Warp Evolution gif going around, didn't you?
Exactly. So yeah, face of the franchise, so it should get this upgrade. And you know, I used to hate Pikachu back in the day because of its overexposure, but over the years I just came to accept it and enjoy it.
Do you know how many times I played Yellow through as Ash with Ash's team?
Oh, I'm sure you did. I hate Ash, so I would never do such a thing.
Well, that was before I realized Ash was a tard until Diamond and Pearl came out. And then okay, side note. Diamond and Pearl in the anime for Ash Ketchum. That was the best battle we've ever seen from him next to the Orange League. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, that is true. And then he forgot everything he learned.
Yep.
All right, Barkeep. Finish our list.
Oh, you want me to do the hard ones? Okay.
Oh, fine. I'll do them if you're going to be like that.
Everybody knows that I have a hard time pronouncing things in Japanese. I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this in English.
All right, as we all know, with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire coming out, the number one on everybody's list and our list are Sceptile and Swampert. We've already seen Blaziken get a Mega Evolution. In fact, it was an event when X and Y came out that everybody got a chance to get a hidden ability Torchic with Blazikenite, which was the only way to obtain Blazikenite.
And remember that it was one of the first few Megas revealed.
Exactly, because of the event and everything. So seeing Sceptile and Swampert get an evolution would be nice. In fact, I'd even like to see the evolution of Swampert get another type, like flying or something, as like just out there. Because it is a tree gecko, and it could glide from tree to tree, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, that's just an option there.
I'm not going to suggest Dragon, because that's what a lot of people have been suggesting, but...
Well, I do see a lot of Dragon builds out there. Like, when people build mixed Dragon Breaths, always thrown on there.
Yeah, I just don't want Dragon oversaturation. and really, a second type is kind of overdue for Sceptile, because Blaziken's dual type, Swampert's dual type, and then just a little grass in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And Also, I think a lot of people agree that giving the Gen 1 starters Megas was a cool part of X and Y's gameplay. And so I think the same thing should apply here.
You know, from my perspective, I'm not a big fan of the Generation 3 starters. I mean, the Torchic.
Mm-hmm.
He's cute, but everything after that, not a big fan of.
You don't like Mudkips?
No, okay.
You don't like Blaziken?
I do believe of the 6.
You're hating my single favorite.
I'm just going to say this, and everybody can hate me. Everybody hates me already as it is. But I think of the 6 water stars that we had, I don't like Mudkip. I think he would be on my bottom if I had to rank him 1 to 6.
The internet is going to hate you.
Like it doesn't already.
Yeah, you went and torqued off the Power Rangers fandom. Now you're going to get the Pokemon fandom coming after you.
And most of it's ignorance, but I mean, yeah, in my opinion, I think that all starters should have a Mega Evolution of some sort, even the current ones and Generation 2 and all that. But if we're just going to limit to Gen 3, if they can make them better and make me like them, then yeah, I could see that.
I mean, don't necessarily say that, Barkeep, because there are Mega Evolutions that Pokemon were given, like Benetti, and though it has Prankster, I don't like it. It's terrible. So,
yeah, and also Gyarados.
Yeah, Gyarados, that was just proven to be a bad judgment. I faced one Mega Gyarados when I was in Seattle for the VGC. Terrible.
Didn't it lose Intimidate?
Yeah. It gets Mold Breaker.
Oh, God, what a useless ability. I guess it's good for nailing levitators with Earthquake, but what else does it do?
That's about it. Well, there's a bunch of abilities that actually does neutralize, but the list is too long for me to remember at this time.
But I think what the point is, you guys have both those up there, is because with Ruby and Sapphire getting their remakes, you don't want everybody choosing Blaziken as their starter just because they want to get the Mega. You need to go ahead and balance it out so that all of them are equal. Much like when we did the Kanto starters in X and Y, if only you gave Charizard the Mega Evolution, everybody would have chosen Charizard. Nobody would bother with Squirtle.
But then
Bulbasaur.
Charizard walked away with 2 Megas.
Yep.
While the other 2 got 1.
Yeah, which is it's a whole other thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it also is this game is a tribute to their generation, so face it, the 2 most important sets of Pokemon in a given generation are the starters and the legends. So, yeah, starters deserve this.
I'd say honorable mention for Pop Mega Evolution has already been skepticism from day one since we saw Omega and Alpha box art. Groudon and Kyogre, and possibly even Rayquaza.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of rumors and what some people think have been accidental confirmations. And heck, even if you look closely at especially Kyogre's box art, you can't really see this on Groudon's, but you can see the alpha symbol on Kyogre's fin.
No, the Omega symbol's on his arm.
Oh, okay.
On Groudon's arm. Yeah, no,
Which
I know what you're
something
talking
that
about.
didn't show up in the original art.
Yeah, no, there is some new changes with
the
them.
title screen, because the glowing thing that's been done before, because the title screen of Ruby and Sapphire did that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing like these glowing symbols.
No, this is something completely different. So I mean, it could just be the box art showing that, but it does give us fans the freedom to speculate that maybe these are a new form or something like that. You know, I mean, all we can do is wait until next month when Koro comes out and actually has some valuable information, unlike the crap that we got last week from Pokemon Get TV.
Koro leaked that week too, and it was nothing.
All it was the announcement that we were announced too. Like, we're not going to have anything till June. So all there is speculation from everybody at this point, unfortunately.
The only solace I have is that there's a new sub-team doing Alba Ranger. So the series will actually get finished this time. Alright, yeah, so I think that wraps it up. Any other comments we want to make about Megas?
Well, I just want to say thanks for letting me on, even though I'm probably dragging you guys down with my lack of knowledge. I've already been schooled, basically, in EV and IVs and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm just trying to play the game, but I understand, just like the Power Ranger fandom, there's a lot of stuff going on here that I am completely out of the loop on, but, you know.
You'll learn, young Padawan.
Now we got a Star Wars reference, great.
Oh, come on, it had been too long since he made one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, we want to thank everyone for listening. If you have any suggestions for what you think should get a mega form, or if you disagree with one of our choices, let us know in the comments.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We're still giving away that Mewtwo with your choice of Mewtwo Y or X, as well as the 6 IV Ditto. We're getting up there in numbers, but we need to get close. We may even drop it to 400. I don't know. I'm going to talk to these fools about it, and then we will go from there. Hopefully have an update for you guys soon.
Don't forget, both are shiny as well.
Uh-huh.
And I have a plug-in, I guess,
Japanese
as well.
6 IV.
The tavern is still selling a digital download copy of Pokemon X for $30. No shipping charges with that. So if you guys are interested, contact any of us, and it's first come, first serve.
Easiest way to do that is to go to the Facebook link below.
Yeah, go to Facebook, and that information will be there. And hey, $30, that's better than what you get at GameStop.
Yeah,
that is true.
There.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, well, there's my plug-in.
All right, yeah. Well, again, I want to thank you all for listening, and the gyms battle has now finished.